What's up gamers, DreamcastGuy here, talking today about Resident Evil because they finally revealed a Project Resistance. It looks like it's going to be a new game in the series, but fully co-op. A squad-based experience that allows us to be spooked with our friends. To have survival horror, but with a little bit of backup. Now, this is not technically a new idea. We have had things like Resident Evil Outbreak. This was an online-only game that basically allowed you to play through sort of randomized maps, pick up items, solve puzzles, and, well, get bit. Now, this teaser trailer they released is only 90 seconds long, but is actually packed with all sorts of little clues. Now, the first thing that definitely struck me, and the thing that gets me the most hyped, is this is very clearly taking place during the events of Resident Evil 2. If you just take a second to look at the monsters and just the stuff that people are wearing, this is clearly Raccoon City. But more than that, what you may not know unless you've played every Resident Evil game is basically Umbrella, the giant evil corporation. They like to test different bioweapons in different situations. So that's why in each of the Resident Evils you fight different monsters. A hunter here, a crimson head here, but there's not a lot of overlap. Whereas in this, everything we saw in the trailer was actually based in Resident Evil 2, which is actually getting me to think perhaps it's going to be a thing where every map is a different game, a different co-op experience. Now, right now we're only seeing this Resident Evil 2 scenario, but what if there's something different? What if there's actually a time where we can actually do a co-op, you're escaping Spain and the Ganados from Resident Evil 4, or maybe like a retelling of Resident Evil 7, where instead of being solo, you can actually have a first-person shooter level where you and a bunch of other people are trying to escape the swamps of Louisiana as a team. This definitely gets me hyped, but more than that, I actually think that this teaser trailer really manages to convey that co-op is the name of the game. This is going to be about helping out your partners, and it's probably not something you're going to want to ever play with bots. Now, the reason I say that is, at one point, a licker busts through the window and starts clawing up one of the guys with shotguns, and he manages to stop it. And it looks a lot like when the hunters grab people in Left 4 Dead, and you're basically being held down until somebody can rescue you. It sort of kind of calls to mind the mechanics of being able to have some forced fearful situations, times where you cannot succeed fully on your own. No matter how good you are and how fast you are at aiming, you need the backup. Now, the best thing about this trailer by far, in my opinion, is definitely Mr. X showing up and cracking what looks like giant robot knuckles and getting ready to be powered up for a killer fight. Now, even though this trailer is only 90 seconds, I'm extremely excited for what could be coming up next. They have said that this is actually just one part of the plan, that right now at Tokyo Game Show, they want to reveal a lot more of it. I mean, we need to see some gameplay. Capcom has made some bad Resident Evils. It's undeniable to say this, but, you know, for every great game like Resident Evil Code Veronica, we also have stuff like Raccoon City. There is some stuff in this series that has been down when everything else is way up. The only thing that really makes me nervous is if this has some sort of weird business model in it. I feel like the Resident Evil universe is very prime for great co-op. Shooting zombies with your friends is obviously great. That's why so many games have tried to include zombie modes over the course of the last 10 years. But Resident Evil does something different because they want to terrify you. They want you to be gripping your controller and sweating a cold sweat. They want you to actually be fearful and trembling. Whereas other zombie games are certainly about the gleeful silliness. And so what I'm hoping is that this game actually manages to be filled with frights. Some of this other stuff they've done, like Umbrella Corps, oh God, that game is so bad. The fact that they put in a bunch of secret agents that had zombie-proof barriers and all sorts of basically magical abilities was such a terrible choice. Because you can't exactly be scared of shambling corpses if you're in the super far-flung future. So I am currently excited for it, especially if this takes place in Resident Evil 2, because that's the 90s. It'll be cool to see maybe a retro throwback, but certainly we are going to be seeing more very, very soon. Hopefully we get a demo, hopefully we get some gameplay, hopefully we get more chances to understand what Project Resistance really is. Did you get a chance to watch the trailer yourself, and are you excited? Are you even a Resident Evil fan, or are you just confused as to why I am so hyped? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all, and keep dreaming. Man, this has been a good freaking morning. I'm gonna have to watch it a couple more times. Hopefully they give us a bunch more details very, very soon. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.